Sasquatch.
From terrifying clips of nature's beasts breaking into homes to a photo of a dark, shadowy creature appearing in an old picture, these are some of the most unsettling moments ever caught on camera. Stick to the end. Our forest has always had whispers of something watching, and now it seems a group of tourists may have actually caught it on camera.
Sasquatch.
This video was uploaded as a Facebook reel by a channel known as Boise Bigfoot, which is dedicated to posting Bigfoot sightings from across the globe. In this particular clip, one of their viewers captured something seriously mysterious during a touring venture through Mission, British Columbia, Canada. While exploring the hills of Mission, the group spotted a strange black figure lurking in the nearby woods. At first glance, they assumed it was a bear, but something felt off. The creature is massive and completely covered in thick black fur. Sure, that description fits a black bear, but when you compare its size to the surrounding terrain, it becomes obvious. This thing is way too tall for your average bear. And then there's the sound. The noises it makes don't match any bear vocalizations I've ever heard, not even the ones you find on the internet. The tone, the pitch, it's just wrong in a way that sends chills down your spine. Whatever this was, it definitely caught the attention of the tourists, many of whom were convinced they had come face to face with the legendary Bigfoot. And if you ask me, this wasn't just some misidentified animal or overactive imagination. That voice alone is enough to make you wonder what else is out there in those woods. Security cameras are lifesavers, but sometimes they capture things that haunt us forever. Before the age of security footage, sightings of the unknown were dismissed as nothing more than spooky tales or campfire stories. But in today's world, where nearly everything is recorded, we sometimes get horrifying proof, just like what this poor homeowner caught in their living room. This eerie video, uploaded to TikTok, shows footage from a living room security cam dated March 22nd, 2025 at exactly 6 p.m. when the homeowner was out. What starts as a normal recording quickly turns into a terrifying nightmare. If you look closely, you'll see a pale head slowly peek out from behind the chair, staring directly at the camera. Its face is white, its eyes are pitch black and hollow, and the way it locks onto the lens, it feels like it's staring straight into your soul. The figure lingers, watching for a chilling 10 seconds before slipping back behind the chair, and just like that, the video ends. I don't know about the homeowner, but if I saw this in my house, I'd be packing my bags before the clip even finished playing. Whether it's a ghost, a spirit, or something more earthly, like an intruder, none of those possibilities are comforting. And that's what makes it so terrifying. One thing's for sure, I wouldn't stick around to find out what it really was. Would you? It's said that 3 a.m. is the hour when the unknown is most active, and honestly, I never believed that for a second until I saw this video. Throughout history, smoke has symbolized mystery. It slips through our fingers, hides in shadows, and disappears before we can grasp it, just like the spirits many believe roam the unseen world. In some of the most chilling paranormal encounters, smoke doesn't just float aimlessly. It moves with purpose, just like in this ring cam recording, where smoke might just be the vessel for something not of this world. This video comes from a ring cam set up in a homeowner's backyard, captured exactly at 3 a.m., and what unfolds is straight out of a ghost story.
Caught this on my ring camera last night.
At first, everything looks calm until the hammock, which was standing upright, suddenly collapses on its own. As it does, a smoky humanoid figure glides through the yard, passing right through the fallen hammock before vanishing into the darkness. You can clearly make out 2 long arms, a head, and even a torso. It doesn't look like chimney smoke or some fog drift. It has structure and movement, like it's deliberately floating through the yard. And then, just when you think it's over, you hear a faint voice. According to the homeowner, it whispered, "We are here." Now here's where it gets tricky. Personally, I want to say it's fake. That smoky figure looks too humanoid, almost like it was designed to creep people out. But at the same time, the way it blends naturally with the environment, how it reacts to the light, and how it interacts with the surroundings, especially that hammock, makes it feel weirdly real. As for the voice, that could totally be audio distortion or a cat making some odd noise, as you can definitely hear cats in the background. But then again, cats don't usually say, "We are here," do they? So yeah, I'm torn. This could be a well-made hoax, or it could be something we're just not ready to understand yet. Either way, it's unsettling as hell, and I'll definitely be avoiding any backyard strolls at 3 a.m. from now on. This Redditor was scrolling through family photos from Kima until one particular picture made his blood run cold. Across continents and cultures, there's one eerie phenomenon that appears in countless stories, personal accounts, and even some scientific discussions: shadowy figures. They are often described as human-like silhouettes, darker than the night, that seem to linger at the edge of vision or stand silently at the foot of a bed, while many brush them off as tricks of the mind or lighting. For this Redditor, it turned into something straight out of a nightmare. 4 years ago, a strange image was uploaded to the Slapped Ham subreddit, known for curating paranormal and unexplained footage from around the world. But this particular photo, it stood out for all the wrong reasons. The uploader, Small Bees, had shared a seemingly innocent picture of his nephew during their trip to the Kima boardwalk in Texas. But the focus wasn't on the kid's adorable antics, it was on what was lurking behind him. In the image, you can clearly spot a creepy dark humanoid shadow standing behind the child in green shorts, Smallby's nephew. What's unsettling is that the shadowy figure appears to be roughly the same height as the child, almost as if it was mimicking or following him. If you zoom in, it gets worse. You can actually see what looks like a partially formed leg, which rules out the usual suspects like motion blur or a simple camera glitch. Now, this is the kind of thing that makes you rethink what you think you know about the world around you. Shadow figures are often dismissed as illusions, figments of tired eyes or bad lighting. But when something shows up in a clear photograph like this, with no obvious explanation, it forces you to take a second look. Sometimes, the strangest mysteries aren't found in horror movies or ancient ruins, but in the stories of people who simply didn't belong. The internet is full of creepy tales, but few things spark the imagination, like accounts of individuals who claim to be from places that don't exist on any map. In 1851, a confused man named Jofar Vorin appeared in a German village, claiming to be from a country called Laxaria. However, the strange part is, there was no continent known as Laxaria that time. Also, he spoke unfamiliar languages, described continents that didn't exist, and seemed completely sane despite his bizarre claims. Authorities sent him to Berlin for further investigation, but during the trip something even stranger happened. The guy just vanished into the forest and was never seen again. This is not an isolated incident. It also happened in 1969 when two men saw a vintage car driven by a panicked woman. When they stopped to help, the car vanished without a trace. A witness confirmed it simply disappeared. Also, in 1972, 4 girls drove into a strange landscape filled with bizarre people and vehicles. After a terrifying chase, they crashed and suddenly found themselves back in the desert. Whether or not these stories are real, there's something deeply unsettling and fascinating about them. The idea that someone could come from a place that doesn't exist, yet be completely sane and coherent, is the kind of thing that makes you glance twice at that one weird guy on the train. To me, these tales are less about believing and more about wondering what if. Maybe it's all just fantasy. Or maybe, every once in a while, the fabric between worlds thins just enough for someone to slip through. Are you ready for the smell of rotten flesh filling up your backyard for no reason? Well, it's happening right in the heart of Australia. This bizarre report was covered by Eerie News after going viral online. It features what appears to be a strange plant blooming in the Royal Botanic Garden in Sydney, attracting over 20,000 curious visitors. But what's so special about this freaky flora? It's the infamous corpse flower, and it's living up to its name. Scientifically known as Amorphophallus titanum, this monstrous flower is native to the rainforests of Sumatra, Indonesia. It only blooms once every few years, and when it does, the spectacle lasts just 24 to 48 hours. But here's where it gets truly unsettling. Standing over 10 feet tall, the flower releases a stench eerily similar to rotting flesh to attract carrion beetles and flesh flies for pollination. It's both captivating and grotesque. An event so rare and strange that people are lining up just to catch a whiff of what some call nature's zombie flower. If you're in Sydney and have the stomach for it, this botanical freak show is for you. Due to it blooming for the first time in 15 years, and only for a brief 24-hour window, the corpse flower is attracting visitors from around the world, even if it means waiting in line for over 2 hours just to witness the foul spectacle. And if I'm being honest, Australia already has its fair share of rare, wild, and downright terrifying creatures and plants. But now they've added one that smells like a decomposing body. That's next-level nightmare fuel. Our world may seem peaceful, but that illusion shatters when something dark and unexplainable happens. This shocking video comes from South America and was uploaded online, leaving thousands of netizens around the world stunned. In the footage, we see a beautiful view of the city with a thunderstorm sky looming in the background. At first, everything seems calm, with thunder appearing sporadically. But then, this happens. Did you catch that? Let's slow the video down for you. What was that black object plummeting down from the sky? It seems as if this being was shot down from above and landed on that building. It's fast, almost too quick to catch, but somehow the cameraman managed to capture it. Some viewers are speculating that it could be an extraterrestrial being, while others are calling it an angel descending from the heavens. Whatever it is, I'm certain it doesn't fit any natural explanation. This thing was fast, large, and descended with an eerie, almost supernatural speed. As for me, it's hard not to feel a bit unnerved by it. The fact that it was so sudden, so swift, and so unlike anything we typically see from the sky just leaves too many questions unanswered. On March 14th, something mysterious appeared in the skies of France, sending shockwaves across the internet as people scrambled to make sense of it. A few videos quickly went viral on Reddit, showing what appeared to be a strange, unidentified aircraft flying over France. Shaped like a disc, this mysterious craft was captured on video for about 6 minutes as it soared through the sky. It seemed like it was surveying the area, but with a purpose that none of us could understand. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. This must be some kind of drone. But to clear up the confusion, Redditors already checked it on Plane Finder, and guess what? The aircraft showed up there and turned out to be flying at an altitude of 70,000 feet, way too high for a typical drone. This mysterious craft continued its path over the Mediterranean waters, passing near Italy and flying over important airports. It was moving fast and maintaining that impressive altitude of 70,000 feet. The more you think about it, the stranger and creepier it gets. What makes all of this even more bizarre is the wild speculation happening on Reddit. Some are calling it a UFO, while others think it's a government-controlled drone. But the most interesting theory comes from a user named Assis87, who believes it's a top-secret spy plane. Apparently, these planes always fly with active ADS-B transponders, which could explain the craft's unusual behavior. So, what do you think? Is this some secret military technology or something more otherworldly? The possibilities are endless, and honestly, it's hard not to get a little creeped out by the idea of something unknown flying over our heads. If you don't believe in miracles, this next video from Africa might just be what you need to reconsider. This video was uploaded on the Slapped Ham subreddit and showcases what appears to be some kind of magical group ritual. In the footage, a woman with a visibly deformed arm stands in the middle of a crowd. Then, someone holding a mic approaches and begins throwing some sort of liquid, possibly water, on her arm. And as he continues pouring it, something absolutely jaw-dropping happens. The woman's arm starts to shift, gradually straightening and correcting its posture. You can actually see it returning to a more natural position, and the crowd around her erupts in cheers and prayers as they witness what looks like a miracle unfolding right in front of them. As the crowd continues to roar, the woman begins moving her once deformed arm while the host supports her. At first glance, this really does seem like a miracle, like something divine just happened. A seemingly broken, deformed arm, suddenly fixed by a splash of water. It's hard not to feel chills watching it. But before we all go shouting miracle, let's pull back the curtain a bit. This, as it turns out, is part of a staged performance. An act, not an act of God. The woman in the video likely suffers from a unique joint deformity or an injury that healed improperly, allowing her to manipulate her arm in ways most people can't. While it's not voodoo or supernatural, it's still incredibly bizarre and fascinating. Discovery UK actually covered this phenomenon over a decade ago in an interview with a man who had a similar condition. His arm could bend in the same unnatural way, and just like the woman in the video, it would return to its normal position, completely without magic.
What's your grip strength like? Squeeze.
So yeah, while it may not be a divine miracle, it's still pretty wild to witness something like this in action. Personally, I'm always torn between amazement and unease with videos like this. This homeowner's rig camera sent him a notification, but what he assumed was just his neighbor turned out to be something far more unsettling. The footage comes from a ring camera outside the home, recorded in the middle of the night. The homeowner was asleep when he got a motion alert from the camera, and when he checked the video, well, things got weird real fast. In the clip, a bizarre spider-like creature can be seen crawling up his front door, barely visible in the camera frame. At first glance, it might look like a spider, but look closer. This thing only has 4 legs. The rest of its body also doesn't resemble any spider I've ever seen. Honestly, it looks more like some kind of alien creature making a midnight house call. This video raises way more questions than it answers. The creature is definitely there, moving, crawling. But according to the homeowner, he did a deep dive into local wildlife, from spiders to small nocturnal animals, and couldn't find a single match. Even creepier, by morning, There was no trace of the thing. No tracks, no webs, no markings, nothing. It's one of those clips that leaves you feeling a bit uneasy, especially because the creature doesn't fit into any category we know. It gave me the chills. I'm not saying it's from another world, but it's definitely not something I'd want crawling on my door in the dead of night. Have you seen anything like this before? Let us know in the comments if you have any idea what this thing could be. Some people believe we're living in a simulation, and moments like this one feel like a glitch in the system.
Not normal. Everyone is looking up, wondering why the sky is split.
This video was captured by a woman during her evening walk, and what she and a bunch of others saw in the sky left them completely stunned. In the footage, it looks like someone drew a straight line across the sky, splitting it perfectly in half. Clouds on one side coil around the line, but never cross it, almost as if there's an invisible barrier keeping the two halves apart. It seriously looks like the sky is divided into two separate realities, like something straight out of a sci-fi movie or a biblical sign.
Not normal. Everyone is looking up, wondering why the sky is split. And everybody knows something's fishy, don't you?
The comment section on the original post blew up with theories. Some people are calling it a sign that something major is coming, referencing the breaking of the seventh seal from the Book of Revelation. Others are convinced it's some kind of advanced government weather control experiment. But after digging around a bit, I found a more grounded explanation. This strange visual is actually caused by something known as a split sunset, a rare atmospheric phenomenon that occurs when clouds are positioned in such a way that they perfectly block and shape the sun's rays. So yeah, science can explain it, but it doesn't make it any less mind-bending to look at. If you live in Monrovia and you've got donuts lying around for your kids, keep those doors and windows locked because they might be coming. This wild incident was actually covered by ABC 7 News, and it involved a homeowner who had some seriously unexpected and dangerous visitors. While the homeowner was relaxing in the bedroom, they suddenly heard a commotion coming from the kitchen. But nothing could have prepared them for what they saw when they stepped out. Right there in the kitchen was a mama bear and her cub, casually digging through cabinets and helping themselves to some donuts. You can actually see them munching away before getting startled by the homeowner's scream. Without hesitation, the donut bandits ran off, but not without taking the treats with them. According to the homeowner, this wasn't even their first visit. Yep, you heard that right. This same bear and her cub had apparently broken in before, doing the exact same thing. And this time, they came through the window to raid the kitchen again. But thankfully, no one was hurt, and the furry burglars made a clean getaway. Honestly, this is exactly why I always say, if you've got good food inside, especially sweet stuff like donuts, keep your doors and windows locked. Because sometimes, nature sends its own little home invaders, and they don't knock. This next video is going viral across the internet as it captures a terrifying moment that left one homeowner feeling completely helpless.
Quiet.
The footage comes from a homeowner who was just trying to walk down the stairs when he noticed something strange. The Elmo balloon slowly floating toward the staircase. At first, he thought maybe it was just drifting by chance, but then something seriously unsettling happens. The Elmo balloon doesn't just float. It literally starts climbing the stairs. And if you look closely, you can see its legs twitching like it's actually stepping toward him. You can hear the sheer panic in his voice as he calls out to his kids, probably hoping someone else can witness what he's seeing, or maybe just help him escape. But that's not even the creepiest part. Just as the balloon reaches the top of the stairs, the lights begin to flicker, and then suddenly turn off by themselves. That's when this already creepy situation takes a full dive into nightmare territory. I have never in my life felt more tempted to pop a balloon than after watching this clip. It seriously looks like that Elmo balloon is possessed by something. Sure, you could argue that balloons float. Fine. But floating up the stairs in a controlled path while the lights start flickering? That's not just coincidence, that's straight up paranormal.
Bigfoots have remained a mystery since forever. Again and again, people spotted them in the darkest and deepest places. But there are times when Bigfoots are spotted roaming around in the wild in broad daylight as well. For instance, take this video recorded in 2006 by a man named Harley Hoffman, where a Bigfoot was spotted on cameras as he was recording the area. It was huge and had its whole body covered with black hair. The creature, or the Bigfoot, was going somewhere in quite a hurried manner, and the man had to be safe while getting a proper glimpse of it on camera as well. So even though a small chunk, it shows the creature in the most vivid manner. If we talk about the authenticity of the clip, for me, the way the creature was moving and its appearance give the video a genuine look. What do you think? Night has always held secrets beyond our imaginations. For the curious who wander in the deepest regions just to uncover secrets, sometimes things get way scarier than they had ever imagined. For instance, these guys were out at night for a late drive, enjoying the narrow road between the thick bushes and high trees. However, as they moved forward on the path, they saw a creepy figure that sent shivers down their spine. It looked like a person covered in a brown robe, standing on a corner. It did not move at all as the car passed by it. However, the men in the car were surely shaken by this. Also, if we zoom in, I think I can make up a cross around the figure's neck, which makes now the whole individual to appear as a monk. Could this be the ghost of a monk who lost their life in a violent way around those places? What do you think? Just as I mentioned, people love wandering in the deepest regions and many times come out traumatized. Take these, for example. These people had heard about an abandoned tunnel from the World Wars and knew about the rumors of the tunnel being haunted through the locals. But that did not stop them from leaping into the deep tunnel and wandering around to look for any treasure they were supposed to find there. However, instead of what they were trying to find, they encountered a weird figure. In the tunnel, inches away from them, a human-like figure appeared as if walking away from them, and then disappeared in a moment as well. It looked like a human wearing a white uniform. Could it be the lost soul of a military medic? The men turned back and ran away, and the mystery of the ghost remains the same. Whether it was an altered video or whether they actually captured a ghost is a question which remains unanswered, and I will leave that to you to decide. This clip was recorded by a man who ventured into the forest late at night for a purpose unknown to us. He appeared to be alone and had a string flashlight on. When he couldn't find whatever he came here to look for, he turned the light off, and that's when the scary part began. What he recorded made him question what that thing he saw that night was. It was a weird orange flickering that started happening as soon as the man turned his light off. as if someone was there waiting for the lights to go out to start with its scary ritual. The man couldn't bear what he was seeing for much longer, so he ran as fast as he could back to his car. However, the scene that he had witnessed then was enough to give him nightmares for weeks. Personally, it looked like a pretty scary experience, even if it was a prank or something. A woman was busy recording a detailed video of her neighborhood, trying to capture the church right across her street. What she was trying to capture was a figure which, according to her, roamed around their area. As soon as she moved the camera towards the towering trees, she happened to see the exact figure she was talking about. According to her, the figure appears at the exact same spot every couple of days, but as soon as they try to get closer to it, they see nothing, like it vanishes into the wood. The figure, to me, looked like a man wandering aimlessly, like he is lost. Considering the lady mentions the figure disappears as soon as you get close to it, I would consider it to be a lost soul. What do you think? Wandering around in an abandoned building, this man came across something that terrified him to the core. As he moved up the stairs, he sensed something was wrong, and as he focused on the window in front of him, he knew where it was coming from. A figure started appearing on the window gradually, and after a moment, it started getting clearer and clearer, and developed into a proper girl with her hair on her face and a white dress on. After the man got a proper hold of what he was seeing, he thought it was better to run for his life than explore the abandoned and now haunted building anymore. Was it a real ghost encounter, a cleverly edited video, or something else entirely? The answer remains open to your interpretation, inviting you all to draw your own conclusions. Titanoboas have long been extinct. However, time after time, videos come up on the internet where we see snakes so large that we are forced to rethink their extinction. And to prove we have this clip, we have a gigantic snake slithering around in the water in the Amazon River. Even the fisherman was surprised at what it was looking at. Was it just another anaconda? Or was the size too big for an anaconda and it could be the infamous long extinct Titanoboa? With the video so short and just a little glimpse of the snake, nothing could be said for sure. I know for a fact that there are very big snakes around that area, but that one looked way too huge. In this video, we see two boys casually filming themselves on the terrace of their house, enjoying a relaxed moment with their dog. The atmosphere is lighthearted as they engage in a playful game, tossing a ball for their dog to chase on the grass in their courtyard. However, the mood shifts when they notice something unusual in the forest bordering their property. Through the trees, they spot a tall, black, humanoid figure seemingly watching them. One of the boys, upon realizing the presence of this mysterious creature, alerts his friend and turns the camera towards the forest to capture it. The footage shows the creature moving behind the trees, its tall and humanoid form distinctly visible. This unexpected and somewhat ominous sighting casts a shadow over the previously carefree scene. The video ends leaving me with an unsettled feeling caused by the unknown nature of this creature that is being so close to a residential area. This video presents a series of images that are both intriguing and unsettling. It begins with a photograph of Anneliese, a young girl who appears normal and pretty, her smile radiating innocence. However, the tone of the video shifts dramatically as it progresses. Following the initial photo are 6 additional pictures of Anneliese, each allegedly depicting her under the possession of different demons. Accompanying each image are voice recordings, claimed to be Anneliese's, but they sound drastically altered, echoing the personalities of the entities said to possess her.
Ruhe gibt's nur dort, wo die Liebe ist.
Ja, aber es gibt nur, ja, no.
Nur Hass. Ja. Und wo du Hass ist, da gibt's keine Ruhe.
Nein. Und für uns gibt's nie Ruhe. Nie.
Weil
Ewigkeit.
The sequence of demonic figures includes Cain, Nero, Fleischmann, Judas, and finally, Lucifer. With each image, Anneliese's appearance seems to transform, reflecting the intense nature of the possession. Her face changes, becoming almost unrecognizable, a visual representation of the torment she's supposedly experiencing. I have to say that the audio alone is haunting. Combined with the image of the poor girl, it leaves a terrifying mark in my mind, especially knowing her end. This girl went through 67 Catholic exorcisms and ultimately died of malnutrition. Later, her parents and the priests being convicted of negligent homicide. In this video, a man attempts a delicate task on a beach, catching a small, peculiar creature with tweezers. The creature is gray and snake-like in miniature form, making it an unusual sight. The creature, despite its size, displays an impressive agility. Just as the man appears to be close to successfully catching it, the creature makes a swift escape, darting away with remarkable speed. Its ability to move so rapidly on the beach's surface adds to its mystique. I am not sure what exactly this creature is, and I never had any idea that there were such strange creatures right under our feet while at the beach. This intriguing video, captured by a trail camera, presents a mysterious scene in a green forest during daylight. The camera focuses on a large black hairy creature, which is notably tall and walks on two legs. The bipedal movement of the creature is clear, although the image itself is somewhat blurry due to the zoomed-in perspective. The creature's appearance and characteristics inevitably bring to mind the legendary Bigfoot, a figure that has long been a subject of folklore and speculation. The way it moves through the forest, almost blending into the greenery, adds to the mystery and intrigue of the footage, leaving an unsettling feeling. What do you think? Is this authentic? In this captivating video, a person films their unexpected encounter in the forest while walking with a child. They come across a peculiar sight, a large, black bipedal creature covered in hair standing behind a tree. Its appearance strikingly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, known in folklore for its elusive nature. The creature seems to be observing them just as cautiously as they are observing it. The way it hides behind the tree, almost as if playing a game of hide and seek, adds an element of mystery and intrigue to the scene. The forest setting, with its natural cover, provides the perfect backdrop for such an enigmatic sighting. This encounter leaves a lingering, unsettling feeling, especially considering the presence of a child. Why was the creature so still, even when clearly being spotted? In this eerie video, taken in a dark open field, we're presented with a chilling sight, a pair of red glowing eyes peering out from the distance. The darkness shrouds the creature, leaving its shape and identity to the imagination. The video, with its minimal visibility, creates a sense of suspense and unease. The glowing eyes, a classic element of nocturnal wildlife, hint at the presence of an unknown being lurking in the shadows. This fleeting glimpse is all that's offered, leaving viewers to wonder about the creature's intentions and nature. Some viewers mentioned they might be some faraway lights that just happen to look like eyes. But I don't know, they seem a lot more terrifying than just some faraway lights. What do you think? This video, captured from a camera mounted on a policeman's costume, plunges us into a tense nighttime search in a forest. The atmosphere is heavy with a palpable sense of fear, emphasized by the officer's audible, anxious breathing. As the policeman navigates through the dark, dense woods, the tension escalates. Suddenly, he encounters a mysterious humanoid creature, an unexpected and startling presence in the stillness of the night. Reacting to this unforeseen encounter, the officer instinctively fires in the direction of the creature. But what exactly did he see? We only managed to hear the creature, which is like an alien growl. The video leaves me with a lingering sense of unease. The encounter in the forest, brief and shrouded in darkness, raises more questions than answers. What was this creature? This footage is sure to leave a lasting impression, evoking a mix of curiosity and apprehension about the unknown entities that might lurk in the shadows. In this intriguing video, a man captures footage from within a lush green forest during daylight. The camera focuses on the dense array of trees, and amid this natural backdrop, something extraordinary appears. Behind the trees, there emerges a large, brown, hairy creature walking on two legs. The creature's appearance and bipedal movement are remarkably similar to the legendary Bigfoot, a figure shrouded in mystery and folklore. The video gives us a fleeting glimpse of this elusive creature as it moves through the forest, almost blending into the natural surroundings. Its presence in such a serene environment adds a layer of intrigue and wonder. Personally, the video leaves me with an unsettling feeling, a mix of awe and curiosity. As to the authenticity of the video, I leave that up to you. This clip was recorded by a man who was walking in the middle of the woods like his usual day when he heard branches breaking from a side. Surprised and curious, he turned to look that way, and all he could lay his eyes on was a huge creature walking quickly between the trees. The creature was gigantic, had its body completely covered with hair, had a human-like walk, and looked like it was in quite a hurry. The man, astonished, saw the Bigfoot moving in front of his eyes and couldn't even move an inch until it was gone. This video, according to the man, is more than just footage. It's a warning that we humans need to beware. Skunk ape is quite famous in the United States, and notably in Florida, among people who are interested in myths and mythical creatures. This is something they had dreamt of witnessing, at least once in their lifetime. And a man actually ended up not just seeing it with his own eyes, but also recording it on his camera. According to the man who uploaded this video, was going around in the woods, following the small signs he could find, and then he started hearing rustling sounds coming from a side. As soon as he moved the camera up, he could clearly see a huge figure busy with something behind the bushes. He recorded it for around 30 to 40 seconds, and all that time the creature wandered around before leaving the area. Being a security guard on a night shift in a building empty of a single human being can take quite a scary turn at times. A security guard, when he was on his round, in one of the lobbies he started hearing weird noises. As he moved forwards, a figure appeared at the end of the lobby. Considering it could be a human, the guard moved forwards to help him if it was needed, not knowing with every step he was getting closer and closer to a potentially dangerous situation. As he moved forward, suddenly a loud bang was heard.
Niño. ¿Qué pedo? Niño. Manche. Oh, man.
And he started running away, now realizing that it was not a normal human being, but a ghost of a child that was standing there, ready to make him its new victim. The guard made it out alive safely, and luckily he had it all recorded. From what I have seen online, the video could also be edited. However, we cannot ignore the genuine terror the guard had in its voice as well. In the middle of the night, as these men were walking by the road, they heard some creepy noises coming quite near them. Intrigued, they stopped to see what exactly was there causing these noises and what it wanted. As they stopped, took their cameras out and started recording the whole situation. It did not take them long to see the pair of glowing eyes staring at them from the depths of darkness. At first, it was just one eye, which was giving the idea of someone with a flashlight on. But then the creature turned towards the camera, and both eyes were clear enough and scary enough to give chills to both of the men.
Those eyes are wide, too. Look at that. Those are big eyes. Hello.
The video lasted for about half a minute, and all that time the men were standing there looking at the creature which did not try to come out of the darkness. Was it a Bigfoot, or was it just another wild animal with scary eyes? Trail cameras are usually placed to capture animals in their natural habitat, but there are times when they end up capturing things no one would have believed if not filmed. Take this clip, for instance. It was recorded by a trail camera that was mounted on a tree to keep an eye on the animals. And then one night, it recorded not just one or two, but a whole group of ghosts wandering in the woods. One by one, they appear on the screen, making it more and more terrifying as the video continues. The video was uploaded anonymously, so I can't tell anything about its origin. What do you think about it? Recorded a couple of years ago, this video went viral on the internet and had everyone confused when they saw it. The video shows an alien-like creature lying on the ground. The man with the camera kept recording the figure on the ground. At first, it appeared motionless, but after a while, it started moving its hand. As this minute-long video was uploaded on YouTube, it left everyone in confusion. Unlike other videos, this one was recorded in broad daylight, but that does not make it any less scary or creepy. Recorded a couple of months ago, this man swears he spotted something bizarre. As the man was recording the surroundings, he spotted a weird creature on top of the tree, just stalking the nearby animals. Not just the man, but everyone who saw it on YouTube remained bewildered. The man claims the creature was very small with black fur, seemingly shy, as it tried to run away when they got closer. So what was that? When the night approaches and the humans go to sleep, ever wonder what comes to life then? This video was recorded by a camera set in the home by a family who kept hearing weird sounds coming every night. It wasn't until they placed the camera that they knew what was actually happening. As the camera starts doing its work, a figure appears from the left side of the lobby and floats towards the right before disappearing completely. The family, after seeing the clip, thought it was better to just leave their home and move to somewhere else, hoping that would save them from any further encounters. In a video that's bound to send chills down your spine, a surveillance camera inside a house captures a fleeting yet startling image. It shows a peculiar humanoid figure, long and slim. This enigmatic creature emerges briefly from behind a door, only to retreat just as quickly, as though aware of the camera's gaze. The rapidity with which the creature appears and then disappears adds to the eerie nature of the footage. Its slender, bipedal form is unlike anything typically seen, raising more questions than answers. But why would anyone leave a camera filming in their home? Was it a security camera that was installed because the owners knew something strange is happening in their house? In an intriguing video filmed within the depths of a lush green forest, a man captures a rare and potentially extraordinary sighting. Initially, the footage is blurred, the result of rapid movement and heavy zoom, but as the cameraman steadies his hand, the scene becomes clearer. What emerges in the viewfinder is astonishing. A large, black, hairy creature, bipedal in stance, meandering through the trees. Its appearance is strikingly similar to that of the legendary Bigfoot, a creature often spoken of in folklore, yet seldom seen in reality. This brief glimpse into the unknown sparks both awe and curiosity. The creature's calm, wandering through the forest, adds a layer of mystery to the footage. While the quality of the video may leave some details ambiguous, the sight of such a creature in its natural habitat is undeniably thrilling. In a seemingly ordinary living room, a woman is recording a casual moment with her 3 dogs. The tranquility of the scene is abruptly interrupted when one of the dogs, attuned to something unseen, stands alert. The camera pans following the dog's gaze, and there, behind a door in the house, appears a startling sight. A black, humanoid, translucent shadow seems to be observing them from its hidden vantage point. The shadow's presence is ethereal, almost ghost-like, casting an air of mystery and intrigue. As soon as it senses that it has been noticed, the shadowy figure vanishes, as if it were never there. This brief encounter, captured on video, leaves a profound impact. The sudden appearance and disappearance of the shadowy figure is unnerving, and I'm sure I would have left the house the first time I saw that. In a dense forest, a man films through the sparse, naked trees. The video captures something extraordinary and unexpected. A large, black, hairy, bipedal creature meandering among the trees. Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot, a creature often spoken of in hushed tones and with a mix of fear and fascination. The footage, though blurry, distinctly shows the shape of this enigmatic being. It moved with a certain deliberateness, almost as if aware of its surroundings yet indifferent to the human gaze capturing its movements. Watching this, one can't help but feel a sense of awe mixed with unease. The existence of such creatures, often dismissed as folklore, suddenly seems plausible in the dim light of the forest. In this nighttime video, a man stands outside his house. He seems to be searching for something. Suddenly, the beam of light reveals a startling sight. A small, humanoid figure, resembling a dwarf or goblin, peeking out from behind a structure in the courtyard. The appearance of this diminutive figure in the dead of night is quite unsettling. It's not every day that one comes across such a mysterious entity, especially in the familiar surroundings of one's own home. The figure's sudden emergence and its curious appearance raise many questions. Does anyone know what these creatures are? In this intriguing video, the scene unfolds in the middle of a road, captured by an onlooker. What stands out immediately is a black circle hovering above the road. This circle is enveloped in a cloud of dust, creating an otherworldly appearance. It strongly resembles what many would describe as an unidentified flying object. The sight of this hovering black circle in broad daylight is quite startling. It's not something you'd expect to see while out on a routine drive or walk. The mysterious nature of the object, coupled with the dust cloud that surrounds it, adds to the eeriness of the situation. In a video shared by a seashell collector during a routine beachcombing adventure, something rare and peculiar was discovered. The collector, equipped with gripping tools, spotted an unusual object protruding from the sandy surface. With careful effort, he extracted the mysterious find, revealing a strange alien-like creature. To the collector's surprise, this creature had an unsettling lower side and a circular mouth surrounded by tentacles. Some viewers suggested it might be a trilobite, an extinct species of marine arthropods. However, trilobites are believed to have disappeared around 250 million years ago, making it highly improbable for the creature to be one of them. It could be something resembling a trilobite, or perhaps a prop designed to mimic it. Regardless, the discovery is both fascinating and a bit disconcerting, considering these creatures may be living hidden on beaches in such a peculiar manner. On Facebook, a user shared a video claiming to capture an eerie encounter with a strange-looking man wandering the streets in the middle of the night. In the video, the uploader describes how the mysterious figure is just standing beneath a sign, doing nothing.
There was somebody walking in that distance. It looks really, really sketchy.
The man recording is in a car, and as he begins to drive, the strange man mysteriously disappears from the spot.
Where did they go? I don't know where they went.
Confused and now genuinely scared, the driver spots the strange man again. But this time, he is standing on the side of the road. Growing increasingly worried, the driver cautiously passes by the strange man, who maintains a fixed stare. Suddenly, the creepy man jumps onto the car, prompting the driver to speed away. Upon freezing the frame for a closer look, the video reveals the eerie features of the man. Wide eyebrows, large alien-like eyes, and an exceptionally broad nose. To me, it was a truly frightening encounter. And I think it was the driver's quick reaction that likely prevented a more unsettling situation.
Oh, what the f***? Oh, what the f***?
If you happen to own a Tesla, you're probably familiar with its self-driving mode, a nifty driving assistant that alerts you about approaching cars and pedestrians. But what if it started detecting spirits and ghosts? In this video, a Tesla owner shares a peculiar experience while driving at night. In the video, confusion sets in as the Tesla sensors indicate a person in front of the car. The driver, however, looks ahead and sees no one. Even after using the car's headlights to illuminate the surroundings, there's still no sign of anyone. The logical explanation here is that Tesla relies on a mix of sensors and cameras to identify objects in its path. In this case, it's possible that the camera is interpreting the grass in front as a person, creating a rather strange and ghostly illusion on the Tesla screen. But who knows, maybe there is some strange entity out there, and the car was able to pick its presence. This video was shared by a homeowner who, after noticing things missing from his house, decided to install a nanny cam in the living room. The footage captured is both terrifying and unsettling. In the video, we see the living room and a humanoid figure passes by on the left side. Strangely, this figure looks like a family member, but the homeowner insists that no one else was in the living room at that time. Only the dog, whose ears are just visible on the couch. The dog even turns its head toward the ghostly figure. The mysterious figure is dressed all in white, giving off ghostly vibes. Now that the homeowner has identified the suspect, they are seeking advice on what to do next. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Security cameras are designed to keep us safe, but occasionally, they capture things that make us feel uneasy. In this video, we get a view of a driveway and a street recorded by a home security camera at night. All seems quiet and normal until something peculiar begins to take shape across the road. A humanoid figure materializes and starts crossing the road. As it moves, the figure vanishes into thin air, just like it appeared. This mysterious entity appears transparent, resembling a ghost. However, some viewers have suggested that it might be a camera glitch caused by the glare of light on the camera. This video seems like it's straight out of a surreal and unsettling dream. It was shared on Reddit by an anonymous user without any accompanying description. The footage shows a room that appears to be a hospital room. In the distance, there's a hospital bed with a body bag on it, and there's a loud beeping sound in the background. Unexpectedly, the body bag on the bed starts moving, and it seems like the person inside is starting to sit up. The individual appears to be struggling and awakening from unconsciousness. The mystery surrounding this video raises questions about its authenticity and origin. We don't know if it's real or staged, and there's no information about who recorded it. But whatever this video is, it's surely unsettling. This video is from an abandoned Essex County hospital, where a group of explorers is venturing through its eerie corridors. As the camera pans around, we get a glimpse of the debris-laden floor, and the overall atmosphere of the place seems quite spooky. The explorer playfully acknowledges the peculiar nature of exploring such abandoned locations. However, the tone shifts abruptly when he notices something off camera. Bringing attention to the mysterious presence, the camera then unveils a hallway. At the far end stands a creepy figure, crouched on all fours. The dim lighting makes it hard to make out specific details, but the figure gives the impression of a humanoid with spider-like features, using both hands and hind legs. Upon spotting the camera, this frightening creature charges straight towards the explorers, prompting them to run.
Dodge!
The peculiar appearance raises questions and sparks curiosity about the nature of this mysterious creature within the confines of the abandoned hospital. For more captivating content like this, click here. The existence of Bigfoot has always piqued people's curiosity. Experts worldwide have examined the evidence that has been captured and witnessed. One such piece of evidence is a video in which a massive creature was recorded by a man as it roamed through the woods. In the video, the man recording remained at a considerable distance from the camera, making a concerted effort to stay hidden from the creature. The creature had a colossal body covered in shiny black fur. To some, it might resemble a person in a gorilla costume due to its gait. But many saw it as significant evidence of the mythical creature's existence. When the video was uploaded to YouTube, it garnered millions of views and caught the attention of experts. Nevertheless, they still could not definitively determine whether the video was a clever fake or an authentic encounter. Every day, the internet witnesses a barrage of uploaded videos claiming to capture extraordinary phenomena. Yet, only a few clips truly astonish viewers and make them ponder their authenticity. One such clip features a mysterious creature recorded on camera. Initially, it may appear to be a human due to the low video quality, making it difficult to discern what the entity is. However, as seconds pass, the creature approaches the trees and vigorously shakes them. This act surpasses the physical capabilities of any human. The way the creature shakes the trees left everyone who saw the clip in awe. Many asserted that it was genuine, and that the creature in the video was the infamous Sasquatch. Nonetheless, with no further sightings of the being for years, the clip was deemed a possible fake. The mystery endures to this day. Imagine going on your daily walk after dinner, but you end up seeing something that has the capability of haunting you in your dreams. This is exactly what happened to this man. As he was on his way home, he saw something in the grass. Not believing his eyes at the first glance, he took his camera out and started looking at it closely. As the camera zooms in, we see glowing eyes and a small eerie figure. It takes a few moments before the camera focuses on the face. But just then, the thing disappears. Considering the circumstances and the place, there is a possibility that it might be just an insect, although it appears to be more than just an insect if you pay attention. Recorded in Washington in 2011, this video was randomly captured by some children whose main purpose was actually to record themselves having a nice time hiking in the woods. But as they later watched the video, they saw that they had recorded someone else accidentally too. A huge creature with a body covered in black-colored hair was seen leaping around a little far away from the kids. The kids pretty much remained oblivious to its existence. and the creature did not seem interested in the little humans either. But considering the fact that the beast was captured totally by accident, there is very little possibility that the creature was not real and just fake. This clip leaves us all to ponder the existence of the not-so-mythical creature, also known as Bigfoot. This video might be recorded by a fixed camera, as it is not shaky at all. It begins at night where the only thing visible is the street lamp. Darkness has spread over, covering everything else. However, 1 second passes, and we see a ghostly figure appearing. The figure emerges from the dark and moves forward a bit. It is wearing a white overall, and the darkness makes it difficult to see its face or anything else. The only thing clear is the white cloth the figure is wearing. Posted anonymously, the video started a whole argument on the internet, with some people saying it was a little girl's ghost and others taking it to the witchcraft side. No matter which of the two it is, there is no denying that this sight is something that can scare a man to his core. A video was posted on TikTok by a user named The Weird Shelf. In the video, a man is seen with his dog, and both of them notice something in the distance. They spot a creature moving around in the bushes up ahead. The dog, all excited, takes off after it. The man tries to stop the dog, but it's too eager and fast. As the dog barks and chases the strange creature, it starts to move back into the forest. When we zoom in closely, we can see that this creature looks like a mix of an ape and a human, and it has a thick black coat of fur. It's also quite large compared to the surrounding bushes, and stands upright. What do you think this creature could have been? Hikers often have encounters with strange creatures, and one such unsettling experience was recorded by an unfortunate hiker. In the video, we can see the hiker, who seems anxious and scared, moving the camera hastily. As he continues, he hears the sound of a nearby tree shaking. He quickly turns the camera towards the source and witnesses the tree violently trembling. Upon zooming in, he spots an incredibly odd and huge humanoid creature, causing the commotion. This sight terrifies the hiker. As he records this horrifying being, it becomes aware of his presence and starts making frightening grunting and growling sounds. Hearing these unsettling noises, the hiker runs for his life, and the video ends. When we get a closer look at this creature, we can see that it's quite massive and covered in thick fur. Its face looks quite strange and is unlike any known animal. Could it be an ape or a massive gorilla? Or perhaps something even more ominous, like a Bigfoot? This next video comes from a Russian road camera and captures a truly unusual phenomenon. In the video, we can see a view of a remote road. After a few seconds, a light orb begins to form in front of us in the woods. At first, this orb is relatively dim, but then it suddenly becomes brilliantly bright. Afterward, the orb starts to move. It glides and passes right beside the camera, eventually moving out of the frame. This occurrence is quite strange because the light was simply a radiant orb. There were no discernible outlines of its source or the object emitting it. It was just pure, unexplained light. If you have any ideas or explanations for this strange orb, please share them in the comments below for others to see. Just like humans, some people believe that ghosts might have children, and they too might want to play just like we do. This video captures something that seems like that. In the video, we can see a tricycle moving all by itself. Its pedals are moving as if someone is riding it even though there's no one there. It goes on for a while and then tips over. Some people who've seen this video suggest that maybe the floor slope is causing the tricycle to move, or it could be the wind. These explanations could make sense, but the owner of the place confirmed that the floor was perfectly level. Also, if it were the wind, why would it only affect the tricycle? This video is quite puzzling because there's a mystery surrounding why the tricycle is behaving this way. This video was filmed by a fisherman while he was boating on a Canadian lake. While he was cruising along, he noticed a figure passing at the edge of the forest in the distance. Even though the distance was considerable, we can see that the creature appears to resemble Bigfoot. It's also possible that it could have been a very large ape or gorilla, because they too have fur and a similar shape to this creature. However, its enormous size suggested that it was the mighty Bigfoot. If you compare its size to the trees in the background, it looks like this Bigfoot-like creature could be between 10 and 12 feet tall. Thankfully, it didn't appear to be able to swim. Otherwise, it might have swum towards the boat and caused a very tense situation. Embarking on forest trails can be a serene and calming experience, but when undertaken at night on an isolated path, it can unfold into an encounter like the one captured in this video from California. The footage features a hiker navigating a desolate trail in the darkness, relying on a flashlight to illuminate the path ahead. While walking, the hiker suddenly spots a large humanoid figure in the distance. This enigmatic creature, jet black and towering, crosses the trail seemingly oblivious to the hiker and the beam of the flashlight. The hiker, realizing the presence of this Bigfoot-like creature, promptly decides to run away. The encounter was very intense, and thank God that the hiker saw this creature from far away instead of going too near. The uncertainty of these encounters makes us wonder what these creatures can do if someone bothers them on the trail. Security cameras are intended to enhance our safety, yet occasionally they capture scenes that send shivers down our spines. In this surveillance video, the focus is on the front walk of a house, where an officer casually strolls into frame. However, a disconcerting element comes into view as something resembling a dog appears to follow him. Upon closer inspection, the eerie details unfold. This creature, initially mistaken for a dog, possesses short front legs and a hunched back. Examining the footage more closely reveals a humanoid-like figure with an unsettling posture, tailing the officer unbeknownst to him. It's confusing, and the creature's appearance becomes even more unnerving as it seems to be a hybrid form, akin to a human contorted into the shape of a dog. The ambiguity surrounding the nature of this entity intensifies the sense of fear. This video became really popular on Reddit because it supposedly captured the moment a giant was spotted in a forest. Filmed by a trail camera, the footage shows a forest scene, and as the camera zooms in, a huge creature covered in thick brown fur appears, busy with its own activities. The immense size of the upper body suggests a creature of significant proportions. Unfortunately, the video doesn't show the face of this mysterious being. While it could be a bear, the fact that the face isn't visible adds uncertainty. The question remains, was this really a sighting of a giant, or is it still a mystery, an unknown creature hiding in the depths of the forest? Do you believe in aliens? If not, this video might just change your perspective. Recorded by a homeowner returning from buying medicine, the footage captures an unusual figure moving in the driveway. As the camera focuses, a humanoid-shaped creature emerges from the darkness, its head displaying an eerie and somewhat creepy resemblance to the aliens we often see in movies. This creature, with its blurry appearance and a lower body proportioned like that of an alien, lingers in the driveway for a while before retreating back into the darkness. The mysterious encounter raises the strange question: what could this alien-like entity be doing in the homeowner's driveway? In this intriguing video, filmed from the perspective of a driver on the road, we witness an unexpected and baffling event. The driver is following a heavy tonnage truck, when suddenly the truck makes a swift turn, as if trying to avoid something. Initially, the reason for this abrupt maneuver is unclear. However, the mystery deepens as the camera reveals a man in a lab coat appearing seemingly out of nowhere on the right side of the truck. The suddenness of his appearance raises questions, as he was definitely not visible before. This unusual occurrence gives the impression that the man might have teleported onto the road, although this seems far-fetched. The video leaves me with a strange feeling, primarily due to the inexplicable appearance of the man in the lab coat. The incident seems to defy logical explanation, adding a sense of wonder and unease. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera in an office, we observe a typical work scene. A man is engaged in a video conference when suddenly his demeanor changes. He appears startled and begins to look around anxiously, as if he's heard something alarming. The calm of the office is abruptly shattered when a squirrel unexpectedly jumps into the room, causing a chaotic reaction. The man, clearly terrified, responds with a scream, grabs a bat, and jumps onto his desk in a frantic attempt to avoid the small intruder. The video captures the humorous yet startling effect a small animal like a squirrel can have when it enters an unexpected environment like an office. This video, recorded by surveillance cameras inside a house, captures a series of eerie occurrences that suggest a paranormal presence. The first footage shows a girl playing with her dolls. Notably, in the corner of the room, another doll, dressed in a purple dress, with two ponytails, exhibits strange behavior. Its head slowly moves on its own, stirring questions about a possible ghostly presence in the house. In the second footage, taken in a different room, the same girl is seen doing her homework. Initially, papers on the table start moving abruptly, startling the girl and causing her to flee the room. Upon her return, the unexplained movements resume. Papers flutter again, her pencil box falls to the floor, and the table begins to shift by itself, as if manipulated by an unseen force. The incidents in this video, particularly the unexplained movements of inanimate objects, leave an unsettling impression. It suggests the presence of a ghost, seemingly intent on making its presence felt. As a hiker ventured deeper into the forest, a mysterious sight halted him in his tracks. Heart racing, he fumbled for his phone, ready to capture the uncanny scene that lay directly in front of him. The camera's focus shifts, revealing an enigmatic figure with an oddly shaped head, gazing downward as if sensing something beyond the trees. But what is weird is that this creature seems to walk on two and looking around in a human-like manner. Yet we can clearly see it's not human. Suddenly, it straightened, revealing its towering stature and massive hunched back that set it apart from any known creature. Emerging from the trees, it paused, its watchful eyes scanning the surroundings once more before its gaze slowly turned, locking onto the direction of the hiker. Time seemed to stand still as the hiker's fear clashed with his determination to remain hidden. The creature's intense gaze held him captive, his heart pounding in his chest. Then, as if breaking a spell, the creature averted its gaze and continued its silent journey through the woods, disappearing from view and bringing the video to an eerie close. While much about the video remains a mystery, the creature's behavior hints at a deliberate avoidance of being seen, shrouding itself in an air of unsettling secrecy. Residents of a small town in Asia reported that at night, they heard sounds coming from an abandoned cave a few kilometers away from the town. So one night, they decided to search the cave to find out the cause of the strange sound. But upon entering the cave, they found something very disturbing. They caught sight of a woman on all four limbs, and as they approached her, she began making her way towards them in a very frightening manner. Her face was pale white, and her eyes were very chilling to look into. But the most terrifying thing was the way she crawled towards them. The people were terrified and confused about what the old lady was doing in the abandoned cave, why she was on her four limbs, and if she was the one making the strange sounds they heard at night. This video was uploaded to TikTok by a biker named Josie Maria. He and his pals decided to go for a bike ride on a dirt road one night. They were having fun cruising along when something really spooky got caught on Josie's camera. In the video, Josie breaks away from the biker in front and takes a different path. But as he turns onto this narrow trail, his bike's light shines on something in the middle of the road. It's quick, like a blink, and you'll miss it moment. But what he saw was super creepy. It looked a lot like a woman wearing a black gown with long brown hair covering her face. And because it was so late at night, some folks might think it could be a ghost. Sure, there might be people saying it was just a tree trunk or something, but the way Jose reacted right away shows he wasn't so sure about that. What do you think? Could it have been something spooky? In a quiet house, a woman was alone with her dog when suddenly the lights went out, leaving everything dark. She was puzzled by the problem and heard a noise outside. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she went to investigate and found something unexpected. When she looked out of the window, she saw her gate opening and closing on its own, even though there was no wind. She got curious and looked around for an explanation, and that's when she spotted something really scary. With her flashlight, she aimed it towards the gate and saw what seemed like a person in black clothes staring back at her. Imagine being alone in the dark with a strangely dressed person outside your gate. That would give anyone goosebumps. The woman was scared too, but she needed to be sure of what she saw. So she got a brighter flashlight, and when she returned, something weird happened. Instead of the person, she saw a black cat in the same spot. But she was convinced she had seen a person, so she kept looking. And then, on the other side of the gate, she saw the same figure in black clothes. She got really scared and quickly turned off her flashlight. At that moment, she heard 3 loud bangs on her door. The video ends there, and we don't know what happened to the woman that night, but it feels like something you'd see in a scary movie. This video, said to be from Port Renfrew, British Columbia, shows a sighting of a creature that people are calling the mighty Bigfoot. The footage happens in a thick wooded area, and you can see a mysterious figure behind the trees. The creature looks huge, covered in thick black fur all over its body. At first it might seem like a bear, but when you look at the size in the video, it's bigger than a typical bear. Also, if you take a closer look, especially when you slow down the video around the 1-minute mark, you can see a single eye, and interestingly, it looks a bit like a humanoid. These unique features match with the descriptions usually linked to Bigfoot sightings. As for how real the video is, it seems pretty genuine. The footage is clear, and there are no obvious signs of it being manipulated. What do you think about this interesting video? This video, which got a lot of attention in 2012, shows a hiker going on an adventure in a snowy forest and catching a rare sight. As the video starts, you see a beautiful scene of a forest covered in snow. However, in the distance, there's a big figure walking around. The creature is hard to see at first, hidden by the thick trees, but towards the end of the video it comes a bit closer, showing more human-like features. This tall creature, similar to the one mentioned before, is covered in thick black fur and stands in a really human-like way. But there's something annoying about this video that when the creature was almost visible up close, the video ends. However, to me it seems like the hiker might have been surprised by how close the creature was, so they quickly turned off the camera and left in a hurry, thinking their safety is way more important than the footage. Would you have done the same? There's a strange fascination that people have with exploring desolate places at night, and this video from India illustrates the consequences of such ventures. In it, a visibly frightened man finds himself in the midst of a forest, expressing a sense of cold and fear. As he records his surroundings, a bone-chilling snorting noise emanates from the darkness ahead, prompting the man to break into a run. Upon closer examination, slowing down the video reveals not just one, but two enigmatic figures pursuing him. These entities bear a resemblance to Slender Man, with a slightly diminished height but featuring the same faceless visage. The authenticity of this video seems plausible, adding to the eerie atmosphere. However, the lingering question remains: what compelled this individual to venture at such a late hour? The original source of this footage remains unknown, but it has garnered significant popularity within the Spanish-speaking community. In the video recorded by a hiker, a ghostly figure emerges in the heart of a forest, resembling a witch. As the hiker zooms in, the unsettling and devil-like facial features of this creature become more apparent. The entity exudes an aura of pure malevolence, adorned with long nails, and appears engaged in some mysterious activity with a cloth hanging on a rope. What heightens the unease for me is the witch's direct and piercing stare, seemingly delving into the viewer's soul. Adding to the eerie narrative, the hiker recounts being cautioned by locals about the haunting presence of a witch's spirit in the forest. Despite such warnings, the hiker initially dismissed them as mere rumors. Many of the reported Bigfoot sightings seem to be concentrated in Canadian forests, suggesting that Canada might be a hub for these legendary figures. This particular video originates from the Canadian national parks of Banff, Alberta. The footage unfolds in a snowy wooded area, with the person recording the video clearly uneasy by something unseen. The camera pans and zooms, attempting to identify the source of the unease. Suddenly, the cause of the disturbance becomes evident. A massive head can be seen peeking out from behind a tree, seemingly stalking the cameraman. The head is imposing, resembling that of a hefty gorilla or ape. The intriguing part is that Canada lacks a native gorilla or ape population, further deepening the mystery of this creature's identity. However, the cameraman, convinced that it was indeed a Bigfoot, claims to have encountered it earlier. The truly unsettling aspect of this video for me is the massive creature lurking and stalking from behind a tree. If I were in the cameraman's position, instead of recording, the instinct to run away without looking back would likely be my choice. When we were kids, we loved the idea of mermaids, but as we got older, we started thinking they were just made up. However, this video has made me rethink things. Filmed by a scientist, the video shows a beach scene with what seems like a human skeleton at first. But if you look closer, it's not a human skeleton. The creature's bones are strange, with long, sharp teeth and no human legs. Instead, it has a fish-like tail. The scientist carefully cleans the skeleton, revealing more weird things like thorns on its head that look like a crown. This mysterious creature is unlike anything we've seen in stories or real life. The mystery deepens as the scientist guesses that this creature might have come from the 95% of the ocean that we haven't explored yet. The idea that a creature like this could wash up on the beach makes me curious about what's in the unknown parts of our oceans. In this video, a man is hiking through a forest, likely in autumn, as indicated by the leafless trees. He spots a black, hairy creature off the side of the path, piquing his curiosity. Intrigued, he follows the figure with his camera as it crosses the path, moving calmly and seemingly unaware of being observed. The creature walks on 2 feet, adding to the mystery. As the man continues to film, he momentarily loses sight of the creature among the trees, but persists and manages to recapture its image. This peculiar detail leads to speculation about the creature's identity. The calm demeanor of the creature, especially in the presence of a human, is intriguing. It doesn't exhibit any predatory behavior, which casts doubt on the idea of it being a dangerous entity like a dogman. This raises questions about the authenticity of the video. The footage leaves an unsettling feeling. Is that really the best footage to date of a real dogman, or is it fake? In this video, captured by a trail camera in a forest at night, we see an intriguing and somewhat eerie image. The camera records a large, hairy creature lurking among the trees, its 2 eyes shining in the darkness. The creature's size and appearance evoke the image of Bigfoot, a legendary figure in folklore. The forest's nocturnal setting adds a mysterious aura to the footage, with the creature's glowing eyes intensifying the sense of mystery. It's difficult to determine exactly what the creature is due to the limited visibility and the camera's position. Watching this video leaves an unsettling feeling, especially with the creature's resemblance to the legendary Bigfoot. It's a reminder of how much remains unknown about the natural world, particularly in the depths of the forest at night. This video narrates the chilling story of a man named Jeff who went solo camping and mysteriously vanished. His personal items, such as his wallet, medical inhaler, and camera, were later discovered in the forest. Intriguingly, the camera contained footage from the night Jeff disappeared. In the footage, Jeff captures a large humanoid figure with no discernible face. The figure abruptly vanishes, sparking Jeff's curiosity to venture deeper into the forest in search of it. The video then cuts off, leaving the fate of Jeff unknown. The footage, especially with the sudden appearance and disappearance of the strange figure, makes me really nervous. It leaves me with questions about what Jeff might have encountered in the forest that night. In this chilling video, a policeman is recording while driving on a road at night when he notices a figure in the distance. Initially, it's unclear what the figure is, but as the policeman approaches with his car, the figure becomes more distinct. It appears to be a human, possibly a woman, draped in a white cloak and holding a stick. The sight is deeply unsettling. The policeman, visibly frightened, stops the car and starts yelling, attempting to drive the figure away from the street.
Look there!
However, The situation escalates as the figure, instead of moving away, starts running aggressively towards the car. This reaction sends the policeman into a panic, causing him to drive backwards frantically. As the video concludes with the figure at the side of the car and the policeman's terrified screams, it leaves a haunting impression. The figure's behavior and appearance in the desolate road at night evoke thoughts of something supernatural, possibly a witch, adding a layer of fear and mystery to the encounter. A bunch of close friends embark on a wild rowing adventure down a turbulent river. The waves are crashing, and the excitement is palpable. One of them grabs his camera, ready to capture the thrills. Little did he know he'd capture something far beyond thrilling. As the guy in his one-man boat battles against the force of the river, the camera's lens suddenly spots a mysterious movement at the left edge of the frame. From behind a gnarled tree emerges a figure, shrouded in an eerie aura. In that fleeting moment, its massive physique comes into focus. A hulking upper body that exudes an air of intimidation. It's as if the legendary enigma, Bigfoot, has stepped right out of the shadows. The guys, lost in the rush of the adventure, were completely clueless about the extraordinary sight they'd just caught on camera. But imagine their mix of exhilaration and unease when they later watched the recording, realizing that they had unwittingly brushed against something far more mystifying than they could have ever imagined. This video was recorded in Caledonia Street, Scotland. A pair of tourists decided to take a leisurely nighttime stroll down this quiet street. One of them thought it'd be cool to record the adventure on his phone. Little did he know, he was about to capture something way more than he bargained for. In the video, these tourists are walking along, and they come across this old, eerie-looking house. You know, the kind you'd expect to see in a horror movie. They're peering around when all of a sudden, they spot some movement up in a flat's window. Now, this is where things get seriously strange. You see, that house is in a place called Clune Park Estate, and it's got a spooky reputation. It's this rundown, isolated spot that's supposed to be torn down soon. But what happens next shatters the idea that it's abandoned. After catching that movement in the window, they focus on it, and guess what? Someone's peering out from behind the glass, then quickly ducks away. But here's the kicker. This someone isn't like your everyday person. Nope, not at all. This figure's got a head that's all sorts of wrong. Dark patches around the eyes, and get this, something that looks like a horn on its forehead. It's like something out of a nightmare. The video ends with the tourists rushing towards the door, probably wanting to get an explanation for whatever they just witnessed. There are supposed to be 430 flats in that estate, but only 20 people live there. After seeing this video, you'd probably agree that it's not just humans who call that place home. This footage comes from a guy who's been dealing with some freaky stuff going down in his house for a few weeks. So he sets up a camera in the room where most of the weirdness has been happening. And what he captures? It's the stuff of nightmares. He's out having drinks with his buddies when his phone notifies him. It's the camera telling him there's movement in the house. You can bet he's feeling a mix of curiosity and straight up dread as he checks it out. In the video, we're looking at what seems to be a regular storage room. Nothing unusual at first glance. But then something way off starts happening. An object at the back of the room starts shifting, like someone's actually moving it. But here's the kicker. No one should be in the house. When you zoom in, it's like someone or something pokes their head out, stares right into the camera for a brief, heart-stopping second, and then pulls back. Now, that's freaky on its own. But here's what makes it a horror show. This person or thing knew exactly where the camera was. They knew their way around his house. After watching this, I'm willing to bet the homeowner found somewhere else to spend the night, and possibly the rest of the weekend as well. A man and his cat were having a chill time at night at his residence when suddenly he heard something drop in his room closet. Since they were alone in the apartment, he grabbed his phone and began recording. As the video begins, we see the cat standing next to the closet and looking up above like there is something or someone there. Then, out of nowhere, the closet cotton is flung open without an indication as to who or what opened it. This strange phenomenon sends even the cat scampering away as the homeowner stands in confusion about what he just witnessed. But in a bid to find an explanation, the homeowner enters the closet and experiences something frightening.
I don't know what the hell it is. No. Oh, hell no.
During his inspection, a plastic container from a shelf falls to the ground and comes to rest beside his work table. This forces the homeowner to abandon the inspection and possibly his house too. The video ends there, and although there is no concrete explanation for any of this, it would be extremely terrifying for anyone to be in that situation. A group of teenagers went on an adventure in the woods surrounding their town, and on their way back, they got lost. They decided to take a recording of the place to let someone outside direct them out of the forest, but they captured something terrifying. In the video, the man with the camera films the forest and then turns it towards his friends. Only 3 people came with him into the woods, but somehow there are now 4 people behind him, and it becomes clear who the newcomer is. We see what looks like a dark shadow behind the 3 friends. It had the frame of a human but the presence and motion of a ghost. The 3 friends probably thought they were being pranked by the guy recording because the shadow man hid away before they could see him. They definitely had chills when they got to watch the video. At home with his family at night, a homeowner's attention is brought to some disturbance in his backyard. With a flashlight in hand, he goes to check it out, but meets something unexpected. As the video begins, he goes into the forest by the backyard in search of the source of the noise and notices movement behind a tree.
Hey, you want to get away from my house, okay?
But isn't able to make anything of it. So he adjusts the brightness on his flashlight while approaching the tree, and is spooked by what he sees. Out of nowhere, a head peers out from behind the tree and drops back shortly after. And even with the poor lighting, the creature can be seen to have dark hair and dark eyes. Who or what was she, and what was she doing in the homeowner's backyard late at night? Well, the homeowner didn't wait to find out as he took off into his house, locked all the doors, and had a long, quiet, sleepless night.
For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.